Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 9 of Backseat Musicians. I'm here with my friend Blake.
How's it?
Cool.
Backseat musicians. What are we talking about today?
I was talking about...
I couldn't really read your handwriting.
Couldn't you? Sorry. Okay. Internet and music. That's kind of my thinking right now.
Okay. Well, this will be an interesting discussion, as I don't really know that much myself.
Mm.
I mean, I've done some research on it and blah blah blah, but it's a no one really knows yet.
Yeah.
I mean, even before the internet, it was like you never know, man. You can't predict anything, you know.
Yeah.
The only sure way to make sure you're successful is just to have lots of money to pay for marketing, because I mean that's how the labels get you to like stuff by just they pay radio stations to play your songs all over and over and over and over and over again. And your brain then eventually likes it, whether it was even good or not, you know. Not to say, and obviously they have money to also pay the right producers so that it will always be good anyways. It just may not be your taste, but you're eventually gonna like accept it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
So for those of us who can't afford that, it's a hustle, man.
Yeah, like the biggest hustles that we've seen is probably Lil Nas X.
I know nothing about him.
Old Town Road?
Yes.
He was the guy who wrote Old Town Road.
Is he that rapper
Yeah.
that does it?
Yeah.
Of all the songs on the top 40,
Yeah.
it's the one I hate. Like, I hate that song.
I know.
Oh my god, I think it's the stupidest song ever. And I can't believe that they put Billy Ray Cyrus on it, which made it even worse.
Yeah.
And I don't hate him, you know?
Yeah.
It's a Grapevine. And what's that song? What's that song I was a kid I used to sing it, of his famous one? I can't remember, but I mean, I don't know. Just it's the man. I really don't like that song.
No, I get it.
Daniel was singing it the other day. I don't know. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I like commercial music, man. I'm into real music. I'm not like that, you know. Like, I dig. There's a lot of stuff I dig that a lot of people don't, because I just like, oh, cool, it's a nice groove, like, oh, cool, you know. But that song, I just think it's a terrible song.
Okay.
So I don't care about what you have to say about him. No, I'm joking. I mean, yeah, the thing is, like, yeah, so you can go, okay, cool, this guy did something, he hustled hard, but still a shit song, man. Look at that guy you like, what's his name? Charlie Puth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hustles hard.
Yeah.
But he's got good music, man.
Yeah.
I just heard another song on the radio today. What's a cheating on you or something?
Yeah, cheating on you. Yeah.
Like, you know, that old school sound, that sort of white version of Bruno Mars
Yeah.
sound. And it's nice,
good.
man. It's a nice song. The other song, Grandma, what's it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I know what you're
You know, like,
yeah.
these are cool songs, man.
Yeah, they are.
You know, like, so he's also hustling hard and he's releasing a lot. You can see he's working hard. I mean, you showed me that stuff of him when he was younger.
Yeah.
His YouTube page.
Yeah.
He's been working hard. That to me is better, because he's actually, when you listen to it, you hear he's a good musician. You hear he's someone that knows what he's doing, and I don't mean like he's a good musician because he ever puts anything burning in there, but you just hear
The fundamentals. He's
coherency.
You know,
you hear simple still. It's accessible. It's well thought through, tasteful. I don't know. It just ticks a lot of boxes, man.
Yeah, like he's like that. That's why I like him so much, because he's a very musical guy that you can sort of understand and break down really quickly. So he teaches you a lot about pop very quickly just by listening to him and checking him out and breaking it down, which that's why I checked him out so much. Like,
Oh.
yeah. But the reason I'm interested in Lil Nas X is because of that promotion story. So with that song, he stopped Bad Guy from getting to the top of the charts. He stopped
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, he stopped "Don't Care" by Ed Sheeran
Yeah,
and
she
Justin
got to number
Bieber.
2. Hey.
Yeah, she stopped "Don't Care" by Justin Bieber and Ed
Which
Sheeran.
one is that one? Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah,
That one never breaks. Hey, I don't know if you noticed. Like that song never.
yeah, it never breaks.
The
Yeah,
chorus never actually drops properly.
yeah.
It's got that like it can't. Then 2 and 4 never fall,
Mm.
which has become quite popular lately with music.
Mm.
But that song, it's an interesting one. I feel like they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I feel like they hit a block and they thought, okay, cool, this is what it is now. And I feel like it's an incomplete song.
yeah. No, I do agree.
That's what it feels like to me. I don't know if you
It is.
agree.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. Yeah, but look, so
Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
like just from a promotional side, what he did. So, and he's only been making music for 16 months. In
You can
April
hear
of this year,
You
he
can hear
had
that.
he had
I'm being an
what
asshole. I said you can hear it. No, I hate that song. You don't like. I promise. It's mediocre to me completely. Anyways,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
okay. Promo. Let's talk about promo. I'm not gonna let this go.
Oh.
You know I don't talk about things.
Yeah, I
often.
know.
Oh man. Anyways,
It's
sorry.
fine. I have a title for this episode: "The Roast of Don Nas X." It's great. You know, I must say, Blake, I love Don Nas X. I love this man, and I love all. But look at the panelists tonight. I mean, Blake. Oh, the backseat musician roast
Yeah,
of Little Nas. Anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
Don't worry, I'll cut part of that out. Okay, just
No, you don't have to. Okay, cool. Carry on.
no. It's just so he literally just it was about the way he ticked certain boxes. So he would so first of all he memed the song like crazy. So when it hit TikTok, he got 1 million plays.
So you memed it in how?
So like what happened was he he bought the beat for $50, which is crazy considering how much money that song has made now, which is
poor producer whoever that was.
yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. He would he posted that song on his Twitter, which had like something like 20k, and he
So how did he get a 20k? Because I'm on 300.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So like, how did he get there first of all?
Yeah, again, just by posting, getting to know. Like, he already knew a lot about how to work the internet before he did this, and the way he worked the internet to get this right shows that he knew about it. And he himself doesn't speak that highly of the song. He just he says it's a song I made on a whim. I don't think that much of it. I promoted it like crazy, and it worked like crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see, one of the interesting things about that is that I'd never have the balls to promote any of my songs like that, even if I loved it.
Mm.
And that's a lesson, you know.
Yeah. So see, that mentality is actually what I kind of want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you. Anyways, carry on.
Like no, that's kind of just like the numbers he pulled out of, or it's almost out of nowhere, is insane. But
So he produced the song, and then he tweeted about it.
yeah,
It was online already. It was up. On
yeah,
like
and at the same time, Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming out, which is like a cowboy game,
Yeah, I
and there were
know that,
memes
yeah.
of that all over the place. So the original music video for the song was Red Dead Redemption clips, and also he put the song.
So and he did that himself.
Yeah. And then he also put the song in the country category because it has a country twist to
I
it
heard about
instead of.
that. Yeah.
And the the controversy around that, or just it made the song explode when he posted it on SoundCloud.
Yeah, he broke country records. Eh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And then they took it off because they considered it not country.
Yeah, but then they came back on something.
Yeah, because the outrage, and that outrage brewed more like respect for the song. And then what happened was how Billy Ray got onto it was he tweeted in support of Lil Nas, and then he came into the song. And also, so he was on the Billboard top. He was top of the Billboards for 19 weeks.
Mm.
And how he kept that going was by releasing remix after remix after remix after remix. Because apparently, for some reason, the remixes of the song count towards the Billboard charts.
Oh.
So it's nuts. It's nuts what that guy did. Yeah, so just numbers wise, what he did was incredible. Okay.
So what is he? What else has he released since or before? Has anything else hit the charts yet?
He he'd had one album before, from what I know, and I've seen one other song with 143 million views on YouTube.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. And like, and like his rap technique is pretty on point, if you know what I mean. So like, if he goes onto other beats with that rap technique, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's just the whole, like, you can see it's a bit of a zhuzhed up kind of thing, and that's what sometimes annoys the ear a little bit for us as musicians.
Ugh, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I consider it incredible. And you see, the thing is, so this is one thing that I like about that guy, Adam Ivy, is he talks about how, so there's a video called, So No One Believes in You.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife, your family, your friends.
You're talking to me directly. Let's not get personally, okay?
That's the title of the video. I'll email you about it later. But like, just no, I'm kidding. But and he just talks about, and he spends like 20 minutes just ranting about how you shouldn't give a fuck. Just essentially saying, because it's a bit like, I don't know, like the way he talks about it, it reminds me of all the things people have told me about flirting. Like, you kind of just got to walk up and say, you know what, I have something amazing to offer. Okay.
No, you don't say that.
No, you don't. But you
That's actually going up to a girl and be like, "Hey, babe, I just want you to know that I have something amazing to offer you. I got coupons."
No, but like that
I know,
aura of
but that
confidence.
aura.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about. And it's a similar thing.
Coupons.
I've got vitality points.
You can go to Woolworths and buy some pasta.
You want to get a coffee? I get it for free.
Sounds like a song, bro. Let's promote it.
Ooh, yeah, actually.
And then all of our adverts can be like Woolies and Discovery adverts for our music video.
Actually, I was going to talk to you about doing that. That's why I sent you the Ron Osner promotion thing. I was going to be like,
let's do it. And you sent diet protein.
Yeah. No. I hate that.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do it on your vegan protein, and then we'll have like vegan memes everywhere. Just
The Game Changers. Have you watched it yet?
no.
No, you must watch it.
Oh.
Game Changers is all about plant-based thingy.
Mm.
I just like Brian too much.
Mm.
I like Brian. Anyways, how did we get there?
I don't know.
You were talking about the mentality of going up to flirting is the same as not caring what other people say. I'm good, eh? Cool.
Yeah. I just it's more like that kind of thing of, if you have to be crazy about what you're putting out, you have to love what you're putting out. Because if people see that you aren't, they're not gonna go crazy for it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like the same way. So the reason I used the flirting model was because it's very difficult to flirt with someone if you don't love and understand yourself. Because if you don't, you're gonna come up as a bit like incomplete and confusing, and it's gonna be difficult for the other person.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
in the context of flirting, it's that from both male and female, both sides, we always like to see confidence.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And this is what, if an artist, if I watch a performer who's not confident, I'm immediately put off.
Yeah.
What we want to see on the stage, and in an actor, and in a dancer, any of these things, a comedian, anyone that's up there, a president, I want to see confidence.
Yeah.
Because what I want to see in there is something that I don't necessarily have. Even if I'm confident, I want to see someone else as more confident than me.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make me be attracted to that person.
Mm.
I don't mean, in flirting, obviously, it becomes that's attraction. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's that same thing where you fall in love with the performer. You fall in love with Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
That swag, that Rat Pack type confidence, and just smooth. Whatever it is that you are taken away by it.
Yeah. Actually, I got a funny story about Frank Sinatra. To give you an
Did
idea.
you meet him?
No. But like, like to give you an idea of the level that his confidence was at, Harry Connick Jr. met him, and he tells the story where so Frank Sinatra. So Harry Connick sang at Frank Sinatra's birthday. I think like 60th birthday, 60th or 70th. I can't remember.
Okay.
And he forgot the lyrics because he got so nervous. And then when he was walking in the hotel that they were all staying at with his girlfriend, now wife, and he saw Frank Sinatra, and he's just like, and his wife was like, no, don't bother him. He's like, no, I've got to apologize. I can't. It's Frank Sinatra. I got to go. And he went up and he walked straight up to Frank, and Frank was with his wife, and he just went, Frank Sinatra, I'm so sorry, I'm Harry Connick. I sang for you tonight. I got so nervous. I've got the lyrics, and he just like went on this whole rant, and Frank Sinatra just looked at him, looked at his wife, and just went, "You're beautiful." Kissed her on the mouth. And left. The level.
I'm gonna do that next time. If maybe Ryan or JC's recitals, so like, oh man, I messed it up, after the recital, if you're like, you're beautiful. Kiss them on their wet faces.
But you gotta do it with the accent. You're beautiful.
Yeah. It's just someone doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah. Oh, but that's nuts.
Because I'm not Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I know. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I know.
But like, literally, so that's a guy like, when even when like cats talk about him now, they talk about he lived his persona. You know what I mean? And that confidence like just shone through everything he did.
But you see, like I always say this, the confidence is not because of the music.
Yeah.
That your confidence is not, and this is what Kenny Warren always talks about, is that it's not your worth as a musician is not based on your worth as a musician.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's your humanness, your life, and a lot of us pride ourselves in our work, whatever it is, like whatever your job is, you find pride in being a great lawyer, being a great administrator, the people that are like amazing at just coordinating things, and you find some pride that you go home at the end of the day and you just successfully did this thing well. But that doesn't define you, and that when something goes wrong, because that's what becomes your place of confidence, and when you're at home or you're with friends, that is the thing that you feel gives you value.
Mm-hmm.
When that does go wrong, which is always going to go wrong, not always, but often things will go wrong, you all of a sudden feel less worth. So if that good gig is what defined you as being a good musician, that's always going to be a problem for you in your life. As opposed to being irrelevant of your music, you have worth. That your confidence can start there. And that's why they say like meditation and mindfulness and exercise is so important.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, like I know that my confidence isn't attached to my music. My confidence is attached to my physical appearance. And basically my weight, my physique. And so like obviously my confidence not as strong as it was because I have picked up a bit of weight. And that's also wrong because that shouldn't also be a defining thing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's important to be able to control that confidence.
Yeah.
And if it's something that you don't know how to control, then fix the thing. So for me, it's a fixable thing. It's diet, it's exercise, it's that thing. But I need to like be able to work out of that before I even get to that point. Like I know that I still want to have a bit of physique, but I need to actually deal with my confidence. Not to say I have bad confidence. I mean, I'm a pretty confident person. But I know that if I was really fat, that I would be a completely different person than I am right now. I was.
Yeah.
So I mean, confidence, and then like bring it back to what we're talking about. Lil Nas, the fact that he could promote a song that he doesn't even really care that much about is because he's not basing his confidence on that song.
Yeah.
He's not basing his worth on that. He's like, I put out a shitty song, but I still want people to see me. I need people to see what I can offer, irrelevant of that. I'm still bringing entertainment. I'm still bringing music to the world. Whatever it is, shitty song, you can still dance to it. It's like I'm irritated about the songs. I think it's like it's a nothing song, but it's irrelevant of the fact that it doesn't mean that he's a shit musician. It doesn't mean that he's a shit promote or you know what? If, I don't know my ring. I was like, anyways, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not his worth.
Yeah, yeah.
So my opinion of that song is irrelevant. It should not even mean a single thing to him. You know, as a person,
Yeah.
and that my opinion of that song should not affect anyone else really, because it's my opinion, but it's not his worth.
Yeah.
You know, like Herbie Hancock loves talking about that. That is worth, and that's when you can see someone like when he plays with Chick Corea, when they play with anyone, they're just having fun.
Yeah.
They're not showing off. How often do you see Chick Corea losing himself and just like going boss on the piano? You're not going to see that often because it's not about that. He's just there. He's like, yeah, but my confidence and his worth is not valued upon, not based upon what other people think of how good he is as a pianist, but the fact that he can create good music. Because those are not the same things. Because there are people that aren't great musicians who can make great music. I'm talking technical levels now. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Our worth, so important, man.
Yeah, and I think like a big reason of why it's so important. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Is that as creative people, we have to take risks. Everything is realistically a risk because you don't know for sure. And the thing is that surviving the risk is nothing has less to do with, you know, what did the song come out good? How long did I produce it for? It has to do with the fact that you can survive someone not liking your best work. That is an important thing that you have to be able to do.
Yeah. And like we say, like everything is perspective. Like, I know, for instance, there's been songs that's come out which I didn't like because I was in a certain space, not ready to receive that song. You know what I mean? Like I was on a different buzz, or because a lot of time, I listen to music because I'm searching for something. Like I'm actually like trying to find a sound. Sometimes, you know, I'm going through the top charts or just I'm listening to music. With that, I'm just finding nice things that I like and see what's going on. But if someone sends me music, generally you send me, hey, listen to this, and I listen to it, and whatever it may be, if I'm in a different mood and you play that thing for me, I'm probably gonna not like it. Personality, you know. But it doesn't mean that like it was just maybe because like I said, my musical listening these days is either completely just for entertainment and just like, oh, I'm not listening, or it's quite functional. And if you're sending me something which I need to be in a space of like being open, I'm gonna struggle to listen to something, you know. So like for instance, like the Corey Henry and the Funk Apostles, I listened to it the first time and I really didn't like it at all. And I watched my performances and I didn't dig it at all because at the time I was looking for something. But then I listened to it the other day in an open space, and just like, let me put some music on that I haven't listened to before. That popped in my head. I searched for it, I put it on, and I enjoyed it. You know, and so my basis for not liking it was circumstantial, you know, and not necessarily. So therefore, if I said to him, if I was Quincy Jones and you know, okay, but if I was Quincy Jones, I would always have to be listening open-minded. But I mean, just I said to him, I don't like it, you know, and rejected him. And I'm just saying, if I was a big name and if he took that to heart, he would not, and you know, before the album was released, and he took that to heart and didn't push it, he would not have been able to be what he is right now, based on my first, you know. So, just in my own experience, like, not liking something doesn't mean it doesn't have value and it's not important, you know.
Yeah.
So like you say, we should not, other people's opinion of it is irrelevant because the next person will have a completely different reception to it, you know. And it's really important to just believe in it. Like you say, don't get put off by the one thing. Just keep on pushing it, keep on pushing it, keep on pushing it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, it's very... trying to be someone else is almost pointless. So, like, being yourself makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And yourself will produce this music. So produce this music. If people like it or don't like it, you might come in phases and things. That happens to everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you kind of have to accept the reality that at some point in your lifetime, even after you've made it, people will think you're shit at some point. And that's just the nature of the game, man.
Oh, man, I mean... Yeah. It's there's also the difference of like... certain artists that I enjoy in certain ensembles
Mm-hmm.
and not so much in others.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like how this pianist plays when he's playing for other people, and I don't like his own albums. Or you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
the way that this bass player plays on this project. I like how he plays, but I don't like the project. You know, like I
Yeah,
find
yeah,
that
yeah,
quite
yeah,
often, and so yeah, it's irrelevant, man. Maybe you're just not in the space right now, or maybe your thing is not supposed to go to those people, and these people can enjoy it,
yeah.
but we enjoy you on this other thing in a different capacity. Do you know what I mean? But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that that has to be your thing. You know, just because maybe people like me playing, I don't know, let's say folk music.
Okay.
You know, there are a certain group of people that see me in a folk band and love me playing like that. It doesn't mean that that's my only form of expression. Oh, no, I need to become a folk musician. Do you know what I mean? Because then
Mm-hmm.
my other project, which is a gypsy jazz project, you know,
Mm.
is a completely different genre. More people maybe enjoy that, or less people enjoy it. Doesn't mean that I shouldn't be doing that, because if that's what I feel, then I should do that. Doesn't mean I have to stop either.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, and I think it's an important part of what keeps you whole. Like, I know in my mind there are certain things that I know I have to spend some time on, or else I'll go crazy.
Mm.
And Kende refers to it as like watering the garden. So
Mm.
you water them. They'll grow at different rates.
Yeah.
But you know in your heart that you have to water all of them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And you have to kind of respect that process in your mind. And yeah, so that's again part of the sustainability thing. But
Couches.
gosh.
This one's better than your one, though.
Yeah, it's a lot sturdier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like, you know what Adam Ivy's doing is he's sort of like he's taking that perspective, and he has that perspective there of like you can do a lot of things, cool, whatever you want to do, this, da. But then package correctly, promote correctly.
Mm.
And that's sort of, I think that's a key thing. Like I've heard, like before I started YouTube, I listened to so many YouTubers talk about YouTube, and like there are people who obsess about thumbnails. Like they like, as in like this guy called Mr. Beast. He's pretty big. He says that like sometimes the video has been done for 2 weeks, and I'm still making the thumbnail. It's because of like because it's what people see.
Mm.
You know, like for example, when I started timing the promotional post for this podcast, when the YouTube link popped up, the image of our logo didn't pop up, and we lost like 30 views a week. Like little things like that, like that they seem small to you, but it's literally that's why I think that's why you have so many young guys in the game, because those young guys are really good at like they can sit and they can picture, okay, cool, so my viewer is going to be on their computer, they're going to be on YouTube, and what are they going to see?
Yeah.
They're going to see this, and this. What are they more likely to read? Are they going to read this title? And how long must it be? Must it be in all caps, all small? Will it be different? Will there be a lot of caps underneath? And then maybe I need to go all small. Or do I need to go caps this small in between? Do I need to have a lot of numbers in it? And then will they see the thumbnail? What will be there? Where in the thumbnail will the time stamp come in, which is the bottom right corner?
Yeah.
So I mustn't put anything there. So then this must be there. And then do I put a big ocean view with me on it? Or do I put myself into acting with another person to explain what the video is about? So in their heads, they're already thinking, oh, okay, Mr. Beast is about to do this. So, yeah, like,
Yeah.
like that kind of thinking goes on all the time. And just in music, you know, you got to be careful how to when you package things with that level of detail. You'll be surprised how things change, which is something I'm working on.
Even Max Martin talks about back in the day when club music was everything. That's how you learned and found new music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Between songs, it was so important that the first couple of seconds, the song was immediately identifiable, because what that meant was the difference between the floor being full or the floor being empty. So the DJs just pumped a whole lot of jams, People get tired, they start moving off the floor to get drinks. What you want to do is catch them, because they know the song's about to end, you know? You want to catch them before they're completely off the floor. Because if they're off the floor, then they've committed to being off the floor, you know?
Yeah.
So if you listen to all of that music of the 90s, which he was quite a lot a part of, like, the song was identifiable by within, like, 1 second of, 1 second. You go, goof, and oh, it's Britney. It's Britney, Hit Me Baby One Time. Poof, oh, it's the Backstreet Boys. Whatever it was like, boom, you could tell from the first second. And that first second, besides it being uniquely identifiable, that it drew you in even the first time you listened to it. And that's another thing. It's like, how do you... I was mixing the one song. I finally finished. Finally finished mixing. I'm done now. I'm completely done. How amazing is that?
It's fantastic.
So then one more song I have to do, which I haven't even started on. And I'm deciding if I'm going to put it on this or just leave it as a single, because I'm feeling so tired. Anyways, so the album, as it was always supposed to be, as the 5-track vocal EP and the 14-track instrumental album, they're done. The one song, I kind of gotten to a point where I really liked it, and then I listened to it from start to finish again. And I realized that the intro was not banging enough. And I ended up... I mean, automation is automation is like volume, and most people think volume and panning. Like, okay, and then like maybe there's one guitar, and then all of a sudden there are 2 guitars come in like a section of the song, and you split them so that they become... Because if everything is center, you lose quality of the voices, you lose the quality of, everything. You have to put stuff around so that the voice, snare, kick, maybe bass are really identifiable. If you have more than one kick, sometimes split the one kick around to give you like a, anyways. Panning, automation, volume automation, this section needs to be a bit louder, the piano needs to come up here, that's normal. But then the other side of it besides that is creating, I also do EQ change throughout the song. So that sections feel a little bit different, but that also that if one section is slightly less dense, that it still feels full. Not by raising levels necessarily, but sometimes by opening up. Sometimes I release the compressors at certain sections to make it feel more open or make it feel tighter. So what I found was the intro was not banging enough. Like if I sat there thinking, I would maybe change if I listened to it, because it's about 5 seconds of the intro before the beat drop, before the song actually starts. I was like, it needs to be bright, it needs to sit, and so the EQ is so different. There's a huge EQ difference on the master, and there's like 2 EQs on the master thing, and they're 2 EQs because they're 2 different types of EQs functioning separately, because they're moving like this. And the whole song, between intro, verse, bridge, pre-chorus, and chorus, throughout the song, even in like not just like copying, they're different. There's times when I take off EQ on the bass, or I EQ the bass guitar differently in different sections as well. Whether it comes to sub, so that the song is moving completely. You'd probably never notice, but it's there in order to capture attention to detail, especially the intro. Was really important. That attention to detail is the difference between someone changing a song or not.
Yeah.
The reverbs change. They're automated. Like in the church album stuff I did, the voice, like dropping delays and reverbs and reversing them in the middle, like of something happening. Like stuff like that. There was so much, and that's production and mixing. They're like kind of intertwined in this. When I'm working like that, it's how do I create attention, keep attention. Thing is moving where reverbs are going left to right. You don't notice, like soft stuff, like really, really subtle things, but all of a sudden they're moving. It's cutting out bass notes sometimes that was played, and then I go, no, I don't want that anymore. Take it out. So that all of a sudden you feel like there's a drop, and then, oh wait, now there's nothing again. Like creating suspense without changing any harmony, without changing anything, but just removing and changing depth, changing feel, moving things around. Like so in the one song on my album with Jesse, the depending on what I want to do in a song, you record 2 or 3 takes of the same thing so that you have left and right or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there's times when it's voice in the center, then they split open with something like maybe octave up and down in the middle, but really soft. And then there's times when it splits, boom, back into the center, and then it opens even wider with other stuff in the, like stuff like that. You're creating constant movement so that, especially if you're listening to in ears with headphones, you're really getting this movement which is subconscious, but it's opening and closing and opening and closing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I'm getting your attention. Even the bass is sometimes opening and closing,
Okay.
spatially, which is not something that's supposed to happen, but I just felt like I wanted to do that,
Mm.
And those are like those same things when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah,
Attention
yeah.
to detail, to try and keep them. You can try, you do your best, and obviously it doesn't mean they're going to stay. But
Yeah.
you just do what you can without trying to cut corners. You got to pay all that attention.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Like that kind of thinking. And then also like a big thing is engagement.
Yep.
So like actually dealing with your people. The same way, like a story I was told by one of my mentors that in the beginning of performing for a while, she found like she's quite an introverted person. So after the gig, she'd kind of want to just go home. And she noticed a big difference in people coming back when she actually went and talked to them.
Yeah.
After the gig. And the thing is that like the way the Instagram the way like Instagram and socials work now, same thing. People are going to talk to you and you got to talk back to them. Because you're sitting there and you're being confident, you're showing that you've got something good and you're putting your best foot forward and making it good, and you're getting a decent product, and then people are coming and saying and trying to talk to you and saying things to you, and then you ignore them. Quick way to lose them.
Yeah, and they also say, people say that even engaging on other people's stuff.
Yes.
So if you see something that you like, comment, ask a question, pose it. You get interest from that person because maybe he's not following you back.
Yeah.
Create that attention.
So I've actually been doing that.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I don't do that. Flip. I'm bad.
Yeah, these guys out of one of my Instagram stories. This is super rare, by the way. Instagram stories don't normally get engagement, but one of these it's a Danish rap group that followed me out of the blue, and they're made up of 2 separate guys that have their own projects, and one of the guys just like when you see one person has found all your shit, and you just see a notification where just
Yeah.
it was that. Okay, and then. Yeah, I mean, what am I going to do? Ignore that guy? Like, I'm going to say hello.
Yeah.
And he had a nice track, man.
Yeah.
Like an old school, he taken in a sentimental mood and turned it into like a Dilla track and rapped and done a rap over it. It was pretty cool. Like, and then also like you go down the hashtags and you just see, bro, there's so much talent in the world, man. And that's also affirming. It's just. There's all these beautiful people making music and working and yeah, like, and you find people you chat to.
Yeah, man, making connections and making potential collabs.
Yeah,
with the internet, like you can collab with anyone anywhere nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really important to do these things.
And even if you don't, man, like I must say, like finding someone who's good and just on the grind and doing well, it feels good. I love that feeling of finding someone who just is fucking nailing it, and it's like, man, nice, man. That's so cool. Like that makes my day. I found one. I was searching for like 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna find one and see what it's like, and I found one, very quickly, like 2 or 3 minutes. And she was great. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, this feels so cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people working really hard. And like you say, it's really nice to see other people getting something out of... Like, what's nice for me is it's one thing to get followers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing to turn that into work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To tours or into... actually getting out of that. Besides, like, promos and stuff, So... there are those people that have successfully been able to use social media to actually start touring. Like from nothing. So as in not having a connection to be able to play piano for this guy, and he worked on his social media, and then he, whereas like social media broke him, and he turned it into a world tour stuff like that. That's
yeah.
really cool. People like Anomaly and that Rob Arajo and this Kiefer guy. Actually, I don't really know that much about Kiefer, but it seems like the same thing.
Mm.
Got something going, got an image going, got a thing going, consistently working on Instagram, on just social media, and creating some really cool music. You always see the Omnibook on his piano.
Yeah.
You know, like the plays really burning, and there's people that are doing something. I follow some really helpful things on Instagram.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of guys at both fitness,
Yeah.
give me a lot of inspiration for meal ideas. Like
Yeah,
it's a couple
yeah,
I
yeah.
love those things, and just sometimes just encouragement to see like someone just encouraging you. Yeah, it's long, it's slow. Losing
Yeah.
weight is slow. Losing weight is slow. You know,
Yeah.
there's a couple of music hustle type advice things out there. You know, keep on going, keep on going. Those things are so important, and people that are doing that, big ups.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
important.
And also, you don't know who's watching your content. For example, on that shitposting group again, one of the guys, he did a cover of Jacob Collier's song. It has like 241 views, even when I got to it. And then you just see in the comments, Jacob Collier, beautiful.
Oh, is it nice?
You know what I mean? You don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, and that can mean a lot because yeah, there's so much quality. You know, and people love that, and there'll be, and there's like there's quality to go around and work to go around. So when we all work with each other and connect and understand,
Yeah.
we can make some good shit, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm keen. I'm glad we had this talk. I'm inspired. I've been feeling very, 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 very tired. I'm still very, very, very tired.
Yeah, same.
But I have quite a lot on my plate right now, and you know when sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming
Mm-hmm.
with things besides music. Just not besides music, but besides me performing, creating, doing that stuff. There's just been other admin and stuff that's just been weighing me down.
Yeah.
Just made me feel almost like don't even want to work. You know when it becomes so much. Now obviously I am working a bit, but I haven't been working my normal rate, and I just needed to. And it's important that we lift each other up, man.
Yeah.
And just encourage each other and be like, just phone, Daniel, are you working? Get back to work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the next couple of days, let's do that.
But I'm doing so many recital rehearsals right now. I'm only
Yeah.
playing, 3 recitals? 3 recitals now, but it's just a lot. Each person is rehearsing a lot. It's the final, you know, so I'm quite busy. And there's other gigs I did last week. It was a whole lot of transcription work, you know.
Oh.
Like a lot, just had to figure out things for songs that I'm probably never going to play again. But I have them now, you know. They're sitting on my computer in a Sibelius.
Transcription work.
And I have some more transcription work to do now for this other gig that I'm busy. I have to do. Beautiful gig though. Wow, Brazilian singer. And he's releasing an album. Really, really nice music. But like not simple. Like not difficult, but there's there's always like, I don't know, the Brazilians like to find. I just find that for them rhythm is a different concept to ours.
Yeah. No,
So
definitely,
you'll find
definitely.
like it's in 4, but it's not. And
Yeah.
you have to write this down now because
Yeah.
no one wrote it down. They just learned it, and now I must figure it out. So it's slower than a normal transcription because it's just like sometimes you're like, were they playing it? Are they just playing really loose? Or is there an extra 8th note?
Yes. Yes, I know what you mean.
Oh man, that's the rough one.
It's always a rough
Or
one.
like when it's like, is this a triplet or again are they playing loose?
Yeah.
You know. So that's just been where I'm keeping me really busy right now because it's like there was last week's show's done now, but okay. But now I have to. But in that week there was like 5 rehearsals on top of all the other rehearsals on top of transcriptions. I felt like I did nothing that week, but actually I was doing so much.
Yeah. You just did nothing
I
you
hate
wanted
this.
to.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah. You see, that's always the frustrating thing. Like, I always found like a day where you're working at 40% is more depressing than a day where you're working at 0 because you're just like, I could be 100. I know I had the energy. I woke up with it. What's going on?
Yeah, that's the tough one, hey, because obviously there's money that needs to come in.
Yeah.
And then for me, that's still gigging. That's my income.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff that I want to do which I want to turn into income or more. You know, I am
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
paid,
yeah,
but it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
it's not the primary now. It's not even 50% yet. You know, so it's that weighing up and then obviously scheduling your time, being more productive. For instance, the one gig I got given the music ahead of time, I could have transcribed slowly over a period, but I didn't. So that was also my fault.
Oh yeah, no, I've had a couple of those as well.
Uh,
Yeah,
so that's
dude.
important. We'll always learn, but I don't think I'm ever going to learn that lesson.
No, me neither. Me neither. Bro, when it comes to my original work, I'm such a child. Like, that's all I want to do with my time.
I know.
Daniel, we'll pay you to do something else.
I know. It's silence.
You have
Yep.
to. You have to. Right. Yeah, man.
But anyways.
Yeah. So look, how about it's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, just stay motivated, guys. There's a lot. There's always. There's never nothing you can do. There's always some way.
Yeah.
You know, there's always some way.
Just believe in yourself.
Yeah, man.
I used to irritate my mom. My mom used to hate this. I would be like, I'd be overly arrogant, basically.
Yeah,
But it's a joke to her.
Yeah.
But you know, when you do it so much, it becomes like people think that's how you are.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's actually how it stemmed was that my mother hated that, like confidence.
Yeah.
Hated it, but she just felt like, no, we're meant to be humble people. You know, we don't talk like that. So it was more like this whole thing stemmed from an irritation to my mom and my dad. But I used to irritate her about being overly confident. But then it became like this thing eventually when I actually started playing gigs. Well, this is already from high school, you know. And playing, you start realizing the importance of confidence and flirting with girls when I used to be single. And, you know, you realize the value of confidence in everything. And I ended up saying, if I don't believe in myself, who will?
Yeah, you see,
I can't
that's
wait
the
for
point.
someone else, you know.
That's the point. Yeah, flirt with the industry, guys. Maybe it'll love you back.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually. Flirt with the industry.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make that the title of this video. Flirting with the industry.
That's pretty cool, actually. Flirt with the industry. Because you see, a really cool way of flirting. You see, you don't want to give yourself off. You don't want to be seen too easy, right?
Yeah.
So you always you kind of like you're playing a game, but you're not giving off too much.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not falling in love. Are you falling in love? You know? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You're playing a game. And sometimes, this is something that's been on my mind for a really long time. It's biblical. It's like, the biblical thing is that God will always sort you out, like, and we don't have to worry about tomorrow, you know. And this thing has been like, I've been working so hard most of my life, and I've seen so little because I've been trying to work in my own thing. But where I'm seeing it in this thing, I've been feeding it for a long time. Like, we don't actually have to work that hard. Like, you've done groundwork, you've done the things you need to do, you've learned the things. Feel like, play that game now. Play the game. And let the industry come to you. Believe in yourself that much. You know when you're really confident? How I used to flirt, it's like I didn't actually necessarily, I would not often actually approach the girls. I'd make them come to me. You know, quite often. Not all the time, but quite often. I'd create enough interest by playing this sort of like, what you call it? Ominous sort of, you know, they don't know. They're like, what is this guy about? You know, looking at them. You know, that kind of thing, and the chick would then be intrigued. Make the industry intrigued with you.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to push ourselves like completely. You can, and it will work, but there's also the way where you can figure a way of how to make the industry come to you.
Yeah.
You have enough to offer. All of us do. Like you said, package it right. Get that confidence. Believe in yourself. And I think, again, this is a hypothesis.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hypothesis from both of us. I mean,
yeah.
But, I mean, if anything comes from this, I think the mentality that we've just described is sustainable and positive. And that's a big deal, man. Like, you can't. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, man.
So let's end it there.
Cool.
Thanks, Blake.
Sure.
Thanks for coming. Thanks so much for watching Backseat Musicians episode 9.
Backseat musician.